When you look at where the Democratic Party is now, you've been a consistent critic of the woke business. You've basically been a kind of common sense Democrat.
Yep.
I think the party is moving in your direction.
Has to, or else they'll be the Whigs. The problem is that the part that doesn't want to move is not moving, and they're not going to move, and they're just going to dig in. And there's always people like that who, when they get their ass kicked, what they say is,
we should have been more. We should have been more extreme.
We should have been dumber.
Yeah.
We weren't dumb enough.
Yeah.
We dumbed it, but not down enough.
Yeah.
And we got to be dumber. And those people are very hard to defeat because you can't prove it.
Right.
You can't prove that wrong. Politics follows personality. I've always believed that. And his personality hasn't changed, and it's not going to change, you know, the vindictive part. And he has a lot of people behind him who feel wounded and forgotten and all that stuff. Every politician in the world has ever run on, at least in this country, waste, fraud, and abuse. Waste, fraud, and abuse. So there is that. It's like, how do you get it out?
Right.
I mean, the American public, you know, they don't think we need to remake the entire system and just crash it all down. They just want to see things make sense. They just don't want to see crazy stuff. A lot of people saw all the larceny that went on with COVID. I remember we did a long piece here, so we did a deep dive. And when you look at the numbers, we're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars that were just given away to people who didn't need the money. It was just like, oh my gosh. There's a thing that kills like 0.7% of the population. It turned out something like that. Maybe
it was like a panic, you know, let's solve this problem.
Such a panic. And we're just going to throw crazy money at it, and we're not going to really look at where it's going too carefully. That kind of stuff sticks in people's mind. It certainly did stick in my mind. Mostly what you're always doing in this country is preaching to the converted. You know, the number of people who won't watch a show like this is legion, because there's a lot I'm not far left enough and some I'm not far right enough. I'm talking to the people who can hear both sides and understand there is arguments on both sides, even though they understand I'm obviously not for Trump, and especially now he's making it kind of easy to just go all out against him again. But understand also that the reason why Trumpism will always stay alive is, again, because they think that there's something on the left that's even crazier. And as long as you keep feeding him that ammunition, you are going to be vulnerable to Trumpism, even if it's not Trump. Both Trump and Elon, they're driven by this sense of they've been wronged. Elon thinks they took one of his children, who was born a boy and is now a girl.
And the they is the California kind of liberals,
wokeness,
the government.
The woke mind virus. And there is a woke mind virus. It's not like it doesn't exist. And I've been criticized for criticizing it too, but it does exist, sorry. So he's just out for vengeance. I mean, he was not that conservative. He wasn't conservative at all 5 years ago. He hosted Saturday Night Live, the inventor of the Tesla, the electric car. I mean, none of these guys were. Rogan wasn't a Trumper. Trump was a Democrat, you know? So the left has to take some responsibility for, in a way, driving these people there. But, you know, they have to take responsibility for going all the way there. They could have driven me there, too. The left has been very bad to me, too. But you're not going to drive me to a place that's even worse.